What's up? This is a Magic the Gathering deck tech for a moderately budget Temur deck. Very ramp. So we'll get right in. Sorok Dragonclaw as a one-off. Usually there'll be two, but I've been fairly broke. So he is a 6/6 for 5 with Flash, which is already very good. Can't be countered. Creature spells you control can't be countered, and other creatures you control have trample. Boon Satyr, a 4/2 with Flash and Bestow, so neat little combat trick. Polokranos, very good. Ashcloud Phoenix, just because it never really leaves unless it's exiled. So in case you don't know, it's a 4/1 flying for 4. It has a morph. When Ashcloud Phoenix dies, return to the battlefield face down. When Ashcloud Phoenix is turned face up, it deals 2 damage to each player. So it would also deal damage to you, which is kind of, not too good. You also have a Dragonclaw. 3 Fanatic of Xenagos. 3 Hair of the Wilds, which is just a 2/2 Death Touch with Ferocious. When Ferocious triggers, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. A playset of Savage Knuckleblade, a playset of Elvish Mystics, and a playset of Radical Mystics. Very good for mana fixing. This deck doesn't strongly support blue, but it does need it. So, yeah, those kind of need to be in there. So for instance, we have 2 Lightning Strike. They would be Lightning Bolts, but not legal in Standard. 2 Temur Charms, and a and a Stubborn Denial, just for that little bit of counter you might need. With sorceries, we have a Crater's Claw, so red and X deals X damage to target creature or player. When Ferocious triggers, Crater's Claw deals X damage +2 to that creature or player. And 2 Roast, so for 2 mana, deals 5 damage to target creature without flying, which is, very good removal. So for enchantments, we have a Frontier Siege, pretty much purely for the Khan's effect, which adds 2 green at the beginning of your main phases. A Temur Ascendancy, which creatures you control have haste. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. And Berserker's Onslaught, obviously, because attacking creatures you control have double strike, so a Savage would swing in. If you pumped a Savage Knuckleblade, instead of swinging in for 6, it would swing in for 12, and late game that could be a killing blow, so very helpful. We get onto the mana base. The only Planeswalker in here is a Xenagos. 4 mana, sorry about the dog, 4 mana for 3 loyalty, +1 at X mana in any combination of red and or green to your mana pool where X is the number of creatures you control. 0 to put a 2/2 red and green Satyr creature token with haste into the battlefield, and -6 exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may put any number of creature and or land cards from among them into the battlefield. So very good. So for the mana base, we have a Shivan Reef, 2 Yavimaya Coasts, a Temple of Abandon, a Temple of Mystery, and a play set of Frontier Bivouacs, because, again, mana fixing. We also have 9 forests. We have 5 mountains and 1 lonely island, because, again, you don't need too much blue, but it is definitely needed. So yeah, that's my current FNM deck. Sideboard as well. For the sideboard, start off with blue, we have a Jace Memory Adept. So for 5 mana, enters the battlefield with 4 loyalty, +1, draw a card. Target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. 0 to target player puts top 10 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. -7, any number of target players each draw 20 cards. Monastery Siege, So 3 mana. And battlefield, choose cards or dragons. Cards at the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card, then discard a card. Or dragons, spells your opponents cast that target a permanent you control costs 2 more to cast. So this is against a lot of blue-black decks or removal decks because that's a big thing right now in Standard. Encase in Ice, it's a 2 mana flash, enchant red or green creature. When Encase in Ice enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature does not untap during its control's untap step. So just tap it down for as long as it remains in the battlefield, essentially. We also have another Stubborn Denial and a Disdainful Stroke. Just for people who run heavy, big creatures, you might want to just throw it in. There was another one in there, but I don't know what happened to it. So for the green, we have a Reclamation Stage for people who run, eggs decks, whatever. So when Reclamation Stage enters the battlefield, you may destroy a target artifact or enchantment. Mistcutter Hydra for blue. X and a green can't be countered. Haste, protection from blue. Mistcutter Hydra enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. So, yeah. 2 Foe Razor Regents. I wasn't going to run this originally because it is 7 mana, but its ability with the next card is also very good. So it's for 7 mana, it is a 4/5 flying. When it enters battlefield, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Whenever a creature you control fights, put 2 1/1 counters on it at the beginning of your next end step. That's just in there because it's funny sometimes. And a Hardened Scale. So if 1 or more 1/1 counters will be placed on a creature you control, you may put that many +1 instead. So that's green. For red, we have a Fated Conflagration for heavy Planeswalker decks. So it's 4 mana, deals 5 damage to target creature or Planeswalker, and then if it's your turn, you can scry 2. It's just for people who enjoy playing agitating Planeswalker decks. We also have a Zergo Bell Striker. I don't like the fact that he's a legendary, but he is a 2/2 for 1. Can't block creatures with power 2 or greater, but he also has dash. So if you don't know what dash does, you may cast this card for its dash cost. If you do it against haste until end of turn, and then at the beginning of your end step, return to your hand. And Rendering Volley. So 1 red, can't be countered by spells or abilities, so it just can't be countered. Rendering Volley deals 4 damage to target white or blue creature. Yeah, so kind of self-explanatory, good removal, fairly decent card. Yeah, so this is my moderately budget Temur deck. It was just simply built off of the new Dragons of Takia event deck. It's just standard 60 cards. If you do buy this though, I heavily recommend getting the Ultra Pro Tower box. It's pretty much indestructible so far, and it's got a neat little compartment on the bottom for your Sawyer's dice. Good little thing just to take to F&M. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.